Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. How to become a psychic, or better said, how to become more psychic. How to develop the sixth sense. There are many ways to get there. Yet if you want to accelerate the process, you can start looking into the darkest corners of your being, of your psyche, and from there you will start seeing or understanding the notion of as within, so without, as above, so below. As we do the inner work, the healing process, and we are being honest about it with ourselves, of how we feel about things, we become more sensitive. You can imagine structures of solid structures, concrete, in a person when they don't feel anything outside of that which is known, right? And as they start the process of self-knowing, some of these structures, they are demolished. For some, it can take longer than for others, some would say, yet that can be possible if the healing, the accelerated process of healing would not be in the best interest of the person, or maybe of a collective, of the family, of a descendant. We become more sensitive as we face the rigidity in oneself. Even it sounds logical, isn't it? If you can imagine those rigid structures in oneself, as you remove the rigidity, you become more flexible, if you want, more open. It's almost like the vision is with God being the environment, the higher power being the environment, and you are physical, but in your physicality you carry this rigidity at the level of your cell, if you will, and as you release it, you become one with the one which is not manifested in form. What is the difference between being claircognizant, clairvoyant, clairsentient, so on and so forth? Some people call these gifts, and although there might be more to the story, what I want to share here today is there is more to the story. But what I want to share here today is why some are clairsentient and some are clairvoyant and some are claircognizant. For some, it is easier to feel for different reasons. For others, it is easier to see, to observe. For others, it is easier to understand. And there are those whom they have a bit of everything. And so I would go to the extent where I would say, as you are more and more at peace, more and more okay with your human experience, your non-human experience gains a healthy form, a healthier form, a more expanded form. But keep in mind, there is always more to the story. So based on what I just said, if you are clairvoyant and you want to become clairsentient as well, focus on feeling your feelings, your emotions, your experiences, what you don't like, your past not so pleasant experiences that you had, maybe the tendency to sweep under the rug until not too long ago. Because you see, one is influenced by the other. What am I trying to say? If you are clairvoyant and you see things as they are, maybe you don't see them fully, the whole truth in a particular situation, until you don't get in touch with your other senses, which will open you up more and more. Talking about clairsentience, clairvoyance, clairaudience, so far, and so forth. That's the whole picture. That is the whole picture. And so the more healed the person, the holier the truth they can give you is. Makes sense, isn't it? Same in the world of psychics. But we still live in a world where we can say we don't know everything. And as we speak, things are evolving at a rapid pace. What was truth yesterday might not be the truth today for some. And if that's your case, and if you are someone that evolves at a rapid pace, this is not something to worry about or to be scared of. Just observe and let it be. You might experience a quantum leap, quantum jump, or can be something else. It is okay to allow your truth to evolve. What was true might not be true to you right now. What was true a couple of months ago or yesterday, as I said. That is the message for today. Thank you very much for being here. I will see you in my next one. Bye bye.